Hello, my beautiful butterflies. Welcome back to another vlog. Please excuse my voice. I am extremely hoarse. Long weekend. It is Monday, and how was your weekend? Hopefully, you had as much fun as I did. Well, some fun. We'll talk about that in a different video. But yeah, you guys, as you can see in the title, we're going to talk about the lessons that I've learned from DoorDash. Now, y'all, I have spent the weekend literally binge watching DoorDash videos. And so I've come with some perspectives, okay? Lessons I've learned from what she's teaching and what she's talking about, as well as lessons I've learned from the mistakes she's made along the way. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. Now, before we get into the video, though, listen, y'all, I've been overwhelmed with so many emotions about what's been happening these last few days, with just watching. Every day I wake up, I'm getting one or two or three new more subscribers. And so I made a decision. I don't really like the word subscribers. I don't, because I don't want to build a stable full of subscribers. I want to build a family full of friends in the community. And so I want to welcome you guys to the Butterfly Squad. All of my brand new butterflies who decided to join me, I want to welcome you to the Butterfly Squad. And so I'm going to do my best, though, try to remember to say butterflies instead of subscribers, because I want us to be transitioning. I want us all in this community to think of ways to elevate and to live our dream, you know what I mean? And that a lot of times means we have to transform into who we're meant to be. So we will be diving deep into ways of being able to transfer ourselves into being who we are meant to be. So let's get into the video. The lessons I've learned from DoorDash, y'all. The first lesson I've learned is to show up authentically. Show up authentically yourself. That is the first lesson I've learned from watching her videos. She is very honest. And it kills me. I don't know how anybody can watch her videos and consider her to be a scam artist, to consider her to be someone who is trying to manipulate and con people. She is one of the most transparent people I've seen on YouTube, to be honest with you. To show up with courage, all right? To understand that you are not for everybody. You're not for everybody, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine to not be for everybody, but you have to be your true, authentic self. Watching DoorDash, watching her videos, the one thing that stays very consistent is that she is authentically herself. And at the end of the day, she just wants everybody to win. All right? Another lesson I learned from watching DoorDash is to ask for help. Be transparent and ask for help. You know, people will tear you down, you know, and it takes a lot of courage to, even though receiving massive amount of hate, to see past the hate and still show up authentically yourself, asking for help. First time DoorDash showed up asking for help is after she had did the hard work of losing 100 pounds, and she was left with a lot of excess fat. And so she decided to go on Instagram and raise money to be able to get the fat removal surgery, the skin, you know, the extra skin. And she raised the money, every bit of it, and then some. And because she understood that it was possible, just being honest about your journey and where you at and why you need the help, people are willing to help. And so recently she went through a situation to where she needed help to be able to pay her rent and to be able to pay her car note. And so she showed up every day consistently, knowing that people was going to tear her down, knowing that people was going to ridicule her, knowing that people was going to call her all kinds of names and create videos about her to, just tear her down as a person. She still showed up anyway. She listened to her audience. She listened to her Doe Dashers. And they said to her, give us your cash app. Send us your cash app. We want to donate. We want to help. She offered for her to sell her products. People in droves came and bought her products. Like, she showed up her authentic self and she asked for help and said, this is where the situation is. This is what I'm going through. And people showed up and helped. And when it was time for her to have her money for her rent, she had it and then some. Despite the massive amount of people creating videos to tear her down, asking what she do with the money, what happened to all these trips you taking, right? Just got bit by a mosquito. So she, knowing that this was going to happen, she showed up anyway. Okay? And you have not, if you ask not. She asked, and she was received. The next lesson I learned from DoorDash is showing up every day, no matter what. Whether you got makeup on, whether your hair done, whether you think you're cute, whether you're in a good mood, bad mood, whatever, show up every day. She said something interesting when I watched one of her videos. She was saying how when she first started doing her videos, she was like, I don't really care if I get a bunch of subscribers. I ain't doing YouTube for the money. I ain't get on here for the money. And she said that was one of the biggest mistakes I made. When I shifted my mindset and accepted the fact that I'm doing YouTube because I want to change my life. I want to make unlimited income. I want to show up as a content creator. She literally said she want to create videos for the rest of her life. For the rest of her life. So she's looking at the longevity of it. Once she shifted her mindset and made a decision to say that I am doing this because I want to grow, I want to have another income, I want to be able to live a sustainably free life. She decided to show up and be strategic on how she was going to do it. And so she decided to make videos every single day, sometimes even multiple videos every single day. And she started 5 years ago, but now it's a year ago. Now I guess it would be 6 years ago. And now a year ago, she decided to take it serious and be consistent with it. I do believe that at some point she started getting overwhelmed. She started slowing down sometimes because burnt out is real. Being burnt out is extremely real. One of the reasons why I'm still contemplating if I'm going to show up 3 days a week or every day or 5 days a week. I really am contemplating. You know what I mean? I'm understanding that I am in the growing stage right now. Like, I'm not even anywhere near 500 subscribers yet. You feel what I'm saying? Nowhere near the 4,000 watch hours that I need. You feel me? But part of me feels like, okay, Christy, if you, for the next 3 months, do upload one video 5 days a week, because I ain't working on weekends for nobody. Hope when having your own business and having you can decide that. I ain't working on weekends. Y'all will not get a video out of me on Saturdays and Sundays, ever. It's not happening. But being honest about what I want to do with this channel, I want to grow. I want to make money. I want to get monetized. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see a $9,000 check, a $10,000 check. I want YouTube to change my life in the same way it changed DoorDash lives. Now, speaking of that, the last lesson I've learned, and this is a lesson from watching the mistakes DoorDash made, um, which is a mistake that most of us who grew up with no money and received money for the first time, and see, YouTube put you in a mindset of, I can make this amount every month. You feel me? So in your head is, I can do all these things and keep clicking videos, and next month I have another check, and next month I have another check. You feel what I'm saying? The truth is that YouTube can be up and down. It can be up and down. So the lesson I learned is to not do anything extraordinarily big for the first year of you getting monetized. Now that don't mean don't celebrate. That don't mean don't do nothing special. That don't mean that you don't splurge or nothing. But it means to think more of, how can I sustain this? How can I build this? How can I diversify? How can I create multiple incomes from this one situation? Where can I invest at? DoorDash, like many of us, have all these dreams and things and ideas that we want to go. I watched one video that she did when she was just so excited of all the expensive products that she now can afford. All things that she always wanted to have. She had, a sweatshirt that she paid like $150 for, and all these different skincare products and hair products and all the things she always wanted to try and never was able to do. Right? I get it. God, I get it. I completely understand. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I burnt a lot of money in my day. You feel me? But I know that I want to make different choices. So for me, once my YouTube and gets monetized and I start receiving those big checks, I want to take the money and invest into a financial advisor. You know what I mean? Invest into courses and things that make sense. Work on building my credit back up. Things of that nature. I do not want to take like an extra big ass trip just because I have the money to do it, or buy a bunch of products and all these things. And again, I am not saying that I don't understand why she did it. In fact, it's watching her videos is what helped me like secure, like, all right, Christy, now when you get this YouTube check, I'm sorry, y'all. I got bit by a mosquito and it is tearing my leg up, y'all. Yeah, I could have very well been, got that check and look and see almost $10,000 sitting in my account from me making videos. It's very easy to think of all the things. I want this, and this. Or I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna go get this. I don't have a car. You feel what I'm saying? One big thing that I probably would do is buy me a car off the lot with no car note, with no monthly things, so I don't have to think or worry about any of that. You know what I mean? But this is the lessons you learn. Hindsight is 2020. That's the thing I love about YouTube. If a person is showing authentically their self, even with their flaws, even with their mistakes, showing up when things is up, showing up when things is down, you can be able to get a better perspective on, oh, I see where she messed up at. Okay, same thing with Dante London. I'm going to do another video tomorrow on the lessons I've learned from watching Dante London, because I've been diving into his videos as well. But let's get back in the DoorDash. To watch and see how excited she was to get this money and show up authenticity. She really just wanted to show how you could change your life on YouTube. I just feel like she did everything too big, too fast, too soon. Sometimes we just need to sit and do nothing. Sometimes you just need to have that money just sitting there and doing nothing and just asking God to give you clarity and a direction, and not just like trying to fulfill all your dreams at one time. Okay? The next lesson that I've learned from watching DoorDash is that you are enough. You are enough. DoorDash is one of the most quirkiest Like she be making all kinds of noises. She be super excited. You know what I mean? When she was talking about losing her weight, she got one video when she in the rain and she like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, I'm a winner. I'm a winner because I'm out here working out in the rain. And I'm like, girl, go ahead. You are a winner. I ain't doing it. But that's where, you feel what I'm saying? Also, in that same mindset of switching your mindset. Here it is. I'm at the weight that DoorDash started at. You feel what I'm saying? And with the mindset she has, she lost 100 pounds. She lost 100 pounds. She faces her fears head on and just be true and open with it. True and open with it. Another lesson I learned for DoorDash is fuck the haters. Fuck them. Fuck them. People gonna hate anyway. They hated on Jesus, they gonna hate on you. Worry when they don't talk to you. Worry when you don't talk to you. Show up anyway. People gonna say what they want to say. I'm not. DoorDash, boy. She got some thick skin whether she know it or not. Because the amount of videos that are created about her on a regular basis, all to tear her down. I've come across female content creators who credit DoorDash for them starting their channel and then proceed to tear this woman up. Proceed to go, you online begging for money and begging for your supporters to help you pay your bills. What you gonna do about next month? Whether you know it or not, baby, she already planning for next month because she's producing this content that you keep sending people over to watch. Yeah, even her losing 6,000 subscribers, I guarantee you, when she go over her analytics by the end of the month, her revenue that she's gonna gain is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. She made another good month. You better believe that. You better believe that her YouTube check next month is gonna be nice, and she deserves it. She deserves it. That's how she's changing it for next month. So y'all creating these videos acting like y'all don't know what it is to get paid off of it, right? That's the whole point. That's the whole doggone point. Next lesson I learned from DoorDash is you stand 10 toes down on what you believe in, despite what the enemies say, despite what the haters say. I'm planning to do a video talking about how DoorDash was right about 9 to 5s. She was right. Now, was she right for everybody? No. She was right for the select few of people who hate their 9 to 5 and know that this is not the life they want for themselves. And it wasn't for me. It never was for me. So much so that God put me on Social Security at 26 years old. That's how much he knew that working a 9 to 5 would never work for me, ever. Last but certainly not least, the lesson I learned from DoorDash is once you change your mindset, everything else will fall in line. Now that's a lesson I've already known, but watching DoorDash in action is such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. There is another lesson, now that I think about it. There is one more before I end it. Not teach about how to grow YouTube. Not do it. A lot of people feel as though that she is scamming because of what she taught. At least not the first year getting monetized. I'll keep track and record of what's everything that's going on, but I want to teach growing YouTube on the basis of the highs and lows, what to do, and the lows, what to do. Those are the only things you learn after being monetized for a period of time. I do not believe that the second you become monetized on YouTube, you should be creating videos Not videos, yes, no, create videos on how you're doing, but you shouldn't be selling online courses on how to build your YouTube when you're just literally getting monetized. You're literally just figuring it out. And so instead of like going through that process, and I get it, you're so excited, you hearing other people say, well, this is what you need to do now that you're monetized. Fuck what these motherfuckers are saying online of what you need to do. Okay? Go to a trusted source. Go to a financial advisor. You know what I mean? Make practical decisions before you start spending money or creating courses, because the truth of the matter is that the information to how to start and grow YouTube is everywhere in abundance. In abundance. If anybody paying for an online course on how to grow a business, you asking for whatever you asking for. And the crazy thing about people calling DoorDash a scammer, she act like her videos wasn't even $45. Like, y'all out here spazzing as if this girl videos, like, she ain't charging an arm and two legs when she was creating them. She's just doing what other people said this is the best route to do, and what other YouTubers has done once their YouTube grew. But because I know that, I would rather create courses based on information I know, such as maybe how to grow your YouTube channel using your human design. You feel what I'm saying? How I applied my human design into growing my YouTube. You feel me? Like, me taking it a different path. If I was DoorDash, once my channel started blowing up and my subscribers started blowing up, I would have been focusing on what God told her to focus on in the first place, and that was her hair products. That's what I would have shifted the atmosphere to, and what she's currently doing now. But what is life? You live and you learn. You live and you learn. So that would tell me, instead of me going up once I become monetized, showing up, telling y'all, oh, you can buy this, you can buy that, and be able to do it. I'm recording a video. Yeah, they over there getting on my nerves already. But yeah, so just be mindful. Be mindful and understand that everything is a lesson. Watch other creators starting where you starting at, and seeing, what they're doing to get it right, and where they also making mistakes, because none of us is perfect. I hope one day somebody can see my videos, where my videos will go viral, and point out the mistakes that I'm going to make, because I am going to make some. I may not make the same mistake as this creator over here, but that don't mean that I'm not going to make my own mistakes as well. And to not give a damn what anybody has to say, feel, or think about it. All right, you guys, so thank you for joining me. I enjoy this talk with y'all. We will talk again tomorrow. For at least this week, we will be recording for the week. I did not walk this morning. I woke up kind of late, but I will be walking tonight. I am not playing. I have to go wash my clothes. I'm doing my meal prep today. So y'all might get more than one video out of me today, because I'm planning to do a couple little things. But I know for sure, to guarantee, this week I'm gonna upload at least once a week. And if more videos come out of it, then more videos come out of it, right? All right, you guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you back here another time on the next video. And remember, nothing in life is happening to you, but everything, and I do mean everything, is happening for you, and it's happening for your greatness. Okay, so strap on your seatbelts, go for the ride, and grow. I love you.